rival alpha bear.
I'm pretty sure you just got dosed in some sort of bear poop and pee. It's a vile concoction. And for a match we've all been waiting for, with a bated breath. Kython grabs the talkie stick from Pompadoro, and apparently there's this thing where
Nova's really into this fight.
Where he flinches. Where he flinches is like he's afraid of Kython. And we take a break from our grand tournament of the Bloody Rose to bring to you two titans in the civic arena here. We have the champion of the Ludus that has a dragon, Magnus the Magnificent Deus. Challenging him is the champion from the Union of the Black Lotus, recently formed from the independent scum of our city, to bring to you noble fights that only two barbarians could bring. Our very first, and only for the season, bare-knuckle bear match.
Yeah, get him! Punch him!
The bear is just kind of going crazy and swiping at the air, and all the handlers are kind of positioning the bear over here. They've got a couple of like temporary shields that they're moving Ajax and Magnus towards. They are putting chains, kind of connecting the chain through your the loop on the collar, and that is kind of going down and looping through your hands as well.
Okay, so it's going from
collar through one hand to the other, so you are kind of like awkward.
Okay.
And the end of that chain, it's not the same chain as Ajax's. It looks like you're only going to have about 5 feet.
Oh. Hopefully the bear likes the taste of Ajax's his shit concoction more than yours. You need to gang up with the bear.
They get you very close to the bear. The bear is attacking basically these tower shields on wheels as they kind of wheel you close, and guy quickly goes in and is trying to fix the chains to the bear. One guy gets mauled by the bear in this opening part. While it's
Stabilize that guy.
Okay, yes, it's like stabilizing him, and yeah, they're wheeling other things out, and there are a bunch of guys that are.
He's gonna tell the guy who's just been mauled to play dead. Play dead. Stabilize.
Roll with it. Ragdoll. It's not working.
Okay, so they kind of position you on opposite sides of the bear. Within 5 feet of the bear is how far you can roam. Good luck, Magnus. This bear looks pissed.
Yeah, it's like all he's been eating is shit.
Bear clock sends a bunch of splinters as Magnus raises his voice.
This is bullshit.
Okay.
Oh, you're brave, Magnus.
He winks at Ajax.
Okay, both of you are starting from the entangled condition.
Minus 2 on your initiative.
The bear is not tied up?
No, the chains go from you guys to a collar around the bear's neck, and both of your chains are coming off of the bear.
Huh.
It is separate chains, though. Like.
Okay, this is good. All right, it's good. It's good. Yeah.
You kind of like a carabiner clip is kind of like what they put onto the bear collar.
It's awesome. This is the best fight ever. Is what this is.
5 feet?
Well, chain's expensive.
Shebegas is. I'm sorry, lads. He's what he says. I'm sorry. This bear is. It should be put down. It is a mad creature. It cannot be tamed.
So you got license to kill the bear. I mean, it's hard.
It is not one that we would want to make intelligent, is what he says.
Awesome. You awaken a dire bear. Just kill everything.
Okay, Entangled is -4 on Dex, -2 on all attack rolls. And then there's concentration checks or losing spells.
Okay, hold on. Minus. Fuck. Minus. How much
13.
dex? Minus 4 dex?
Yeah.
So that's good. And -2 to hit?
Yep.
Even better.
Perfect.
Okay, so
is that
we've
all you
got Magnus, Ajax, and they nicknamed the bear Chaos with a K.
That's a cool name too. It's edgelordish. This is pretty edgy. I mean, I like it, but I don't know if I could name a character that. That'd be like a nom de guerre. It can't be a proper name.
Cave bears have +5 to their initiative. This one has a +7.
Because of its fire levels.
No,
It's rogue levels.
because of
It's advanced angry template.
Advanced angry.
Let me find the build for Ajax.
So there's no point in fighting defensively, because that shit just don't matter.
Just hit. Just keep
Just
hitting.
beat the hell out of it.
Ajax is the iconic barbarian build. All right. Ajax has got a +2 to his initiative. 1d20 +2. He rolls a 10.2. Chaos, the bear, has got a +7.
Ooh, 14.
16.7.
Oh, actually, I win. Magnus has a +4. But are you subtracting?
18.4. Oh, right. And then the -4 for initiative is 8.0 for Ajax. And then the bear is not entangled by this because it's not going through its arms and that sort of thing. So it does not take a penalty. And then Magnus, -4 is -2 to your initiative. So you got a 16.2, which means
You probably
bear.
use the chains to like initiate a grapple or do stuff to the bear without provoking.
Yeah, and you could probably like do something bad to the bear to gain not of the entangled position for a while, or try to unhook yourself, or you know, like.
I got a question.
Hmm.
Are him and Ajax on the same chain that's just looped through the bear, or they got separate chains?
Separate chains.
They have two separate chains or chained to the bear.
Yeah, you think you can pull Ajax?
You can just
Yeah, I was gonna
feed
say-
Ajax to the bear.
Exactly.
Ajax glances at Magnus. He's like considering something.
He's gonna punch you in the balls. and
Who's the
feed bear.
initiative? Who's the first? Who's the first on the?
And now we begin. Gong. Well, your cat-like instincts. Let's see. If I roll a 1, it's going to attack Magnus. If I roll a 3, it's going to full-on attack Ajax. If I roll a 2, it will divide its attacks.
Please is using a Vuvuzela for the for his bard song for this fight.
Magnus, are you
Nice.
strong enough? Are you strong enough to break steel?
Full-on Magnus.
Bring it on, motherfucker!
Guess who's going back to the box?
Okay, there are 2 claws that come Magnus's way. AC 32, AC 22.
Oh.
Hit and hit.
Okay, 1d6 plus 9.
Okay, that's not
11 damage. 1d6 plus 9.
Does the bear have the magic amulet or no?
Thing is hitting
Nope.
really hard.
This is
11
too much
damage.
though.
11 damage and 13 damage. and it's gonna bite Magnus.
For fuck's sakes.
Yeah,
Just give me a total, baby.
AC 26.
So 20.
Magnus's AC is 13.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I-
the total damage is 35 on 3 hits. I don't know if you've got DR or not.
yeah, you can beat the shit out of this.
35.
Minus your DR 3 times.
I don't know if he's got DR. Do you have DR?
I don't think I do, buddy. Wait, hold on. The AC is 35. Sorry, the AC is 35. The damage is 35.
Yep.
I don't think I have DR.
Oh! Yeah, that's right. And the bonuses of the Union and the Conclave are both +1 at this point.
Okay, hold on a second here.
Your best bet is to like use your improved gun on Brawler Strike, sunder your chain, and then let Ajax and the bear fight it out.
Okay, so Magnus, you react to this mauling that you're getting.
Okay, so
Bluff it and play dead.
In front of everyone.
Jumping guys are like, oh no, look out!
we're on the stone, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a bad place to fall down, because how the hell are we going to stabilize?
So can I move 5 feet? A question: can I move 5 feet away from the bear?
No.
Oh.
You have to be within 5 feet of the bear. You have to be in melee with the
Can
bear.
can I be here?
No.
Or not? I have to be right there.
Yep.
Okay, I initiate wolf style.
Okay, it's swift action.
Yeah, I rage. Wait, what's rage? Is
Free
it swift
action?
or free? Free. Okay,
Free.
good.
Ah! Magnus! Wow!
5 foot step
Yes.
up, and does that give me a flank? Or
Yep.
Not yet.
He's
Yes.
not. He's not threatening yet, so no. He hasn't gone.
Sorry, man, I can't hear you.
We're having connection issues to you, Marty.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not gone. He hasn't gone yet, so he's not threatening.
Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh shit. I'm gonna go over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. How many attacks do I get? 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's just fucking unload on them and see what happens.
So you're punching the bear.
Power attacking and all that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Raging.
Okay.
Raging power. It's not that much, guys. It's not that much.
The dire bear has AC 22.
Yeah, that's not really that good of a. So raging. You said 22 balls. I'm not gonna power attack because. Yeah. The 1d20 plus 18. 1d20 plus 13.
Okay, you punch the bear in the nose a couple of times. You grab him by the scruff and you're just punching.
13 and 8.
How are you getting 4 attacks?
3 attacks. About 11.
Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, you punch it in the face 3 times.
6 plus.
You kind of spread your arms out as much as you can and bang!
30 damage.
Bang! Is it lethal or non-lethal?
Yeah, this thing's lethal.
Okay, yeah, the bear and you exchange blows. Ajax on his turn is going to go full defense.
Are you fucking prick?
Okay, so the bear, I'm going to roll a d4. 1 and 2, it does full round on Magnus. 3, it will do divided attacks, and 4, it actually turns around on Ajax because maybe he pulled and.
This is where you find out Ajax is like a bear warrior and just
He actually summons bears. This is Ajax's bear. This is his companion
AC
right
21 and AC 30.
Yeah, hit it.
Okay, 2d6. You don't have DR.
no.
Straight damage.
Okay, so a combined total of 27 lethal damage, and it's going to try to pull you into a grapple
Oh no.
with the
here. I
grab.
don't think he'll succeed.
That's what Ajax wants.
What is it? What's the,
21 on the CMB. No, okay. So it's trying to bear hug you and kind of like death hump you and.
shit.
27 damage. You got that
So
on your
how
token.
How much damage was that?
27.
27. 20.
People are cheering. I didn't see any
You're
max
including
damage.
Art Song in your stuff, right?
No,
Add
I haven't.
add
So
6
add
damage.
more
At
damage.
6 damage, okay.
Because hey guys, is this annoying?
Yeah, the woozing sound of your weird instrument.
I'm gonna have to power.
Bear's all bloodied and Magnus is all bloodied.
Wait. Yeah. Okay. I didn't think it was bloody. So raging.
No,
I'm
he's
gonna
got blood on him. It's not. I
power
don't think that
attack.
bloodied the bear.
He's not
Yeah.
bloodied yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna power attack because fucking why not?
Okay.
I'm not gonna survive this. 1d20 plus 17. Yeah, that's me right here. Magnus is back.
Okay, that's a miss. That's a hit.
31. Wait, do I have improved? No, not clear fist.
Unarmed strike.
Critical arm strike would be a.
7.
That'd be a shock to us all.
So.
Okay, the
he's
chain's
not-
getting
he's
your
not-
way a little bit. You're trying to dodge the claws. You manage to slap the bear over the side of the ear.
He's not fighting at all.
Ajax is total defense, so he's not providing a flank even if you moved. Because he's a coward. I mean, this was the smart thing to do. Just let the bear do its work.
So yeah, I do.
I need one damage. You did cuff the bear over the ear.
So 18 damage.
Wow, that's significant.
A good punch.
54 damage on the bear. All right, Magnus has some pride. He does see that significant damage has been done to Magnus. I think at this point in time, he's going to
Triumphantly to kill the bear and be like, haha, Magnus. Now you get to fight me with all my 200 hit points.
He's 5 foot steps. He's going to full round punch the bear. He's going to power attack, of course, because why the hell not? So Bab plus rage strength.
If you were nice to me, you'd get my part song too, but you're just kind of only nice to me a little bit.
Fuck you, Zed.
You complain a lot.
Bab for strength without his items looks like plus 12 plus 18, plus 2 for flank, plus 1 for the crowd is 21, minus 1, 2, 3, 4 for power attack. So plus,
Kill, steal.
and he has 3 attacks. Oh. Miss hit. Third attack is plus 5, plus 11. Oh, yeah, so he hit twice. What are these? 2d3 plus.
Strength plus 8.
Yeah, 6, 14. So 28.
He punches hard.
Yeah, Magnus is gonna lose this.
Yeah.
34 damage.
Why Magnus spend so much money on the bet?
The bear is now bloodied because of this. As Ajax comes in and kind of balls the chain up around his fist and punches a couple of times. He's not actually punching with the chain yet, but the bear is shaking its head, looks
Would
dazed.
that do more damage?
Making an improvised weapon of the chain might.
Okay, bear turn.
Bear's
Look at him for a while. This is bullshit.
Okay.
You're bitching at the bear.
So
pushing is pushing.
1 is all Magnus, 2 is split, 3, 4 is Ajax because Ajax is the last one that hit it. It turns around and full rounds Ajax.
Have fun, you asshole.
That's fucking funny. Oh! As he's getting attacked by the bear. That's plus 15s.
hit.
Ooh, a critical threat and hit. Let's confirm that critical, shall we? That's a critical hit. Let's see. The barbarian's dex is AC 10. And
I don't know who's more dangerous.
DR3 though. Okay.
Ajax. Ajax is more dangerous than the bear.
So D6 plus 9 on Ajax. It does 13 for the first claw. That hurts him. Then it's the percentile roll for the critical hit from the bear. 92 on the chart.
Fuck.
It's a rough day for crits in the arena.
Oh, fuck me. Okay. I don't think that's
Ajax
death.
is blind again.
I don't think that's death territory, but the 90s are not
That's bad
fun.
territory.
Maybe Magnus will have
Amazing critical with a major condition that lasts for 1 round.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the major conditions are bad.
Yeah, they're like stunned and unconscious and paralyzed.
And blind.
I think blind's a medium condition.
Blinded is a major.
Is it major? Okay. If he
Okay,
gets
so
blind again, it'll be
amazing critical is times 3 damage, so is 39 damage after DR. And I didn't give him his DR on the last one, so 10 plus 39 is 49 damage.
He has DR3? Holy shit.
And then the major condition, D8. Why is that not? Oh, there we go. 3 is dazed.
What was the...
Dazed?
Dazed? That's not bad.
He needs to make a DC 22 will save to not be dazed for a round.
Will or is it fort? Go natural 20.
Nat 20. Okay, so he's not dazed.
Then he gets whapped one more time.
He gets whapped one more time for D6 plus 6 damage for 11. All right, Ajax is at 60 damage.
Hey, Drake.
Drake.
Titus lost to fleas in a rather spectacular fashion.
All right, Magnus and Ajax have the same amount of damage roughly, and the bear is bloodied and really injured. That was the bear's turn. Magnus, what are you doing? It's now focusing on Ajax, so I don't know if you're gonna return the favor or not.
Let it go to town. Tire itself out.
Are you a cow?
I'm gonna go on to the angry bear. I'm gonna finish the angry bear off. There's a strategy. 3d6.
You should go on all fours and present to the bear.
Yeah. What am I fucking rolling again? Here's all bullshit. 19s. All right. Okay, 1d20 plus 19. Flanking, right?
Yep.
Right, the bear. Okay, 1d20 plus 14.
Ride the bear.
I missed the last one,
Yeah.
but I hit twice.
Yeah, you do punch the bear in the back of the head.
Sneak attacks are going to be pretty.
You just keep on hitting it right in the rib, like right where its ribs end.
One break off
Bear hair flying everywhere as you're hitting it with the bare knuckles while you're
55.
nearly bare naked.
Was there any Oh, you have a D6 punch.
Yep. 3d6 sneak.
That was 2 hits and 3d6 sneak.
I missed. Yeah.
Okay, 55 damage. Let me do some math. 93 and then another 50 is 143. The bear is now unconscious. It falls down, and both of you get yanked forward with your chains as the thing falls down. It's now Ajax's turn.
Jump on the bear and rodeo it now that it's down. Yeah.
He's going to move.
Okay. Question.
Yep.
Oh fuck! I didn't say it. Never mind.
You weren't lunging,
Nope, I wasn't.
but he has to move more than 5 feet to get to you. So he's just gonna take.
This is bad for him because he punches you once, then you punch him 4 times or 3 times.
Yep. He clocks Magnus for D3 plus. What was it? 14. For 17 damage. He just biffs you across the face. This is non-lethal.
How much?
17.
17. Okay.
Show him how it's done.
This is just a hit points race at this point.
Yeah, it's gonna. Come on, Megan. Come on. Whack! He punches across the face, blood everywhere.
79. Okay.
This is what we pay
This is what we pay to
Did
see.
we pay anybody? I don't know.
Please.
Yells, go for the eyes.
Yeah, this is gonna be. This sucks.
His AC is 10.
His AC is 10. Okay, so I can't
Don't roll once.
miss. So 7.
Actually, I think on your last attack, it's don't roll a 2.
Plus 17.
That's
Oh,
1.
there we go. Would
That
have
would have
hit.
been
1d20.
Oh, you downed the bear, so you do get a performance check if you wanted.
D20 plus 7. One sec. 50. Yeah, so I hit him twice.
Okay.
Should be 2d6.
He kicked at the
plus-
chains a bit, like the bear kind of shifted and the chains rolled, and your punch fell too short.
Plus 15 plus 30.
Would have been a nice crit. Either way.
And my perform. No, not enough.
Okay.
33 damage.
33 damage. You fucking hit hard. 93. Alright, he's going to try to kick at you.
Does he have
He has improved on strike, but he doesn't have any way to increase his damage dice. Like
Not D6, his D3s.
Yeah.
And his bonus to damage is 1 less than yours. Because he's not as strong as you, I guess.
Hit, and hit.
Yep.
3d3 plus 14, so that would be 42. 49 points of damage is.
The DR for Ajax?
Oh, no.
Ajax. Gets 6 plus
49?
6. 87.
So 80 plus 50 is 130, 128.
This is now just literally a
It-
number. Like, does it crit?
He just keeps on hitting you in kind of like speed bagging the side of your side, bruising some ribs. He's doing non-lethal.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
Okay,
yours is non-lethal? Okay.
Yeah, of course. Let's confirm here.
27.
It would have been 27.
60 and 27, yeah. The healer's edging
Fucking
closer.
roll a 1 again. I roll a 1 again. And then 20. It's fucking me, man.
Oh, this is just like
Again, you swing and your chains are too short, and you're like, ah!
this is quite literally like Marty initiated script fuck with Ahmed.
Oh, here we go. Okay, there's a crit. We said
we go.
2 hits. Well, 1 hit and a crit. Okay. So 44. The first hit is a D6 plus 15. Fucking 16.
So 13. 13 non-lethal, Marty.
13 non-lethal on
And then 44. crit check.
Ajax. Is that after his DR?
Yeah, that's after his DR.
Okay. And a 46 on the crit, or 44?
44.
44 on crit is standard crit with 1 bleed.
Oh,
49. Hold on. 49. I had 79. Shit. 79 damage and 49 non-lethal.
oh, this is gonna be.
So this is one.
He split his eyebrow.
Said it's 128, right? There we go. Okay, so go ahead. Have at me.
Did you
Okay,
roll? Did you
crit.
roll crit damage?
Roll your crit damage.
2d6 plus 30.
'Cause he's already at 100 damage.
2d6 plus 30.
So said Magnus. So Magnus.
Oh, yeah, 35.
So that becomes 32
Two.
damage. 32 non-lethal.
72
1 lethal
now.
bleed.
Yep. All right. Beginning of his turn, he takes the 1 lethal bleed. That doesn't cause him to fall down. But then he takes his three.
Just beat the shit out of you.
He's gonna beef the shit out of me. Yeah.
Did it hit?
I've missed
Two of your strikes.
Ah! He comes in with a haymaker and then follows up with a headbutt as Magnus is trying to recover, and then he kind of like swings the chain around Magnus's neck and chokes him a bit for 49 non-lethal.
Yay, same. This is not going good for Magnus. Magnus can one more round of this, and Magnus is gonna go down.
The thing is, Magnus is still up. That's the amazing part of this.
Is Magnus still up? This is close.
Yeah. 98, so that's 100, so 170.
How many hit points you got, buddy?
Give me a sec, 100 and...
Without your con item.
Give me a sec, 177.
You do have a 18 con.
I have a good con, yeah. 177 minus, so minus 11 from 205.
Minus
205
12.
minus 4. No, I'm 11.
You're 11th? Okay.
Yeah,
Minus
so
11.
90.
168.
194. 194.
Okay, Ajax isn't looking too good either. He's got 168 hit points and right now 133 damage.
He's only got 168 hit points?
Without his con item.
That's probably not while he's raging.
Okay, 1d20 plus 17. No, he's raging, isn't he?
Magnus has way more hit points.
He has 192 hit points when he's raging.
He's not raging?
He's raging.
Yeah.
With his con belt on.
Oh, okay.
His con is...
So I hit him 1.
Yep. You hit him twice.
This is all non-lethal. Okay, that's okay. 1d20 plus brain, 7. Alright, 3 hits. 3d.
Magnus stays there. He shrugs the chains off. He kind of arcs in and punches Ajax in the jaw, and then he comes in, punches him again, and then kind of like takes the 2 chains between his arms and tries to lift Ajax up and chokes him a bit. For 56 non-lethal, is that subtracting the... so that's...
At 9.
9, so 47. 7 is 9, and 40 is 119, bringing him to 180 damage. You just knocked Ajax out.
I can't hear you! He says, please say I believe he's knocked out.
You lift him up a little bit, his eyes roll into the back of his head, and he falls unconscious as you're lifting him up.
Good job.
Break his back over your knee style.
No, Magnus is gonna like lift him up on his arm, lift one of his arms, like yeah.
You need to bring him off the circle if you want him to live.
I can't.
Yeah, you notice Chanticleer trying to stabilize Ajax.
Magnus drags him out of the circle.
Pull that jackass off the stone.
He's bleeding. Fucking hell.
Magnus.
Okay.
Magnus.
They're the best alive.
Stabilize Ajax.
Yep, he's stabilized.
Or actually, we'll cure critical wounds Ajax.
Once again, Magnus defeats Ajax in a fight that should not have happened.
You should not have won that. That's awesome.
Chebagast comes over with a spear and offers it to Magnus. For the bear, he says.
Use your bare hand, snap its neck.
Bite it.
Magnus will just walk over.
Okay, so you're gonna coup de grace the bear with your fist.
Yeah.
All right.
My bare fist.
So we need a performance check for downing. I don't know if you rolled one for downing the bear. You downed Ajax, and now you're coup de gracing the bear with your bare hands.
He missed the critical hit.
Okay.
Performance check.
So,
and also the critical.
That would have worked. Plus 17.
Yep.
Plus 17. That. You know what I mean. Rolled 17. So that's.
What's your bonus though?
The DCs are.
Magnus's bonus is plus 4, so 21.
No, that's not enough.
because Magnus is balls. Can Magnus even do it? Is the question.
Yes.
1d20. This is for killing the bear.
Nope. And I think it's moot after this point. Okay, people are chanting Magnus, though. They think that is amazing. Magnus, with his bare hands, punches the bear into the side of the head a couple of times until it stops moving, blood gushing into the bear's ear, and you felt a swift crack from its skull.
Rich from that little...
That little bet.
Yep.
About that ring of invisibility that's in my anus.
The anal ring of invisibility. You're like farting and turning invisible.
Oh, it goes invisible when he takes a dump.
Nobody can see me pooping.
Yep, it's 11 o'clock. I'm like, what time is it? It's probably silly time. Oh, funny. All right, so Magnus won the bare-knuckle bear match, amazingly enough. I did not expect that, but Magnus hits fucking hard.
He's got a bajillion hit points.
Yeah.
He's got an 18 con base. That's the thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I learned. High con. It's a bear cape.
Ajax is awake. We hit him
Yeah,
with it proper.
yeah. He sits there, and he actually walks up to Magnus, and it looks like, oh, and then he just raises Magnus's arm, and people seem to...
Oh, fuck, hold on. I haven't been able to raise my arm in weeks.
People seem to like that, and there's a show of brotherhood between the two barbarians, which many people take note.
Sorry, buddy, you froze.
There's a show of brotherhood between the two barbarians,
Oh, yes.
and people take note.
Very polite of them to publicly show how caring they are for each other.
Says them to Ashoka, who's watching from the stands.
Yes, very polite.
Yeah, that Magnus can't seem to lose, says Cheb. He just sort of wanders in towards Ashoka.
No, he can't.
Magnus goes to... oh, sorry, keep going.
That's
How are you doing, Cheb?
That's why I like him, says Cheb, rubbing his hands together, dropping the big basket of pork rinds.
Is he groomed well enough for you?
He's beautiful. A titan amongst men. I hear that the church almost got him.
Yes.
Very bad. Church people should know that he is mine. Nem's like, what the fuck? He kind of scoots over to the other side of you.
Let us know when you're ready for him.
Oh, yeah. Yes. He still gives me entertainment.
Yes, Nemi, it is.
I look forward to the season end games. No, not the season end games, the year end games. It's going to be delectable.
I look forward to your attendance.
Not in hundreds of years have we seen such a wild place.
Will you be there in the flesh, so to speak?
I might very well. Such a thing might even convince me to step away from my work, step away from my collections. Look at him. I wonder how he will fare when we start seeing giants in the arenas. What few Jotun are left? They're coming down from the north. Apparently giants don't like their own shadows. Oh, hey, what happened? Hey, I dropped it.
Here, let me get that for you, Cheb.
Ashoka
will pick up his pork rinds for him and hand them to...
Nem grabs one as from your shoulder. He's kind of eating it like a corn cob, kind of twisting it up in his little fingers as he's choosing. Oh, yeah, yes. Oh, yeah. The sun's pretty strong today, huh?
Yes, the sun is strong. It might be a lack of nourishment. Perhaps you should eat something.
Oh, yeah, maybe something a little more meaty than these things. Oh, here you go. He kind of just hands them back.
Yep.
Hey, meat on a stick. An hungry man over here.
Ashoka will eat the pork rinds.
Yeah. Eating little crispy wafers as you had a little impromptu chat. It's been a long time coming.
Oh my god, this is... Am I wondering why we keep Cheb around? Need a fat man we can trust to know nothing about nothing.
Okay, when the...
Marty,
Yeah. Yes.
2 quick things. 1, Magnus stood on the black stones.
Yes.
Does his headache go away?
No.
What the fuck?
Magnus, you're like a flood full of like weird memories and bits and pieces of the parts that you've forgotten are swirling around your head. You can't really make too much sense of it. You do notice that Magnus's nose is bleeding, but he just got into a big ass fight with a bear and a barbarian, so it's like, yeah, he's got a bloody nose.
He starts complaining about, like, my head hurts. It's like, yeah, you just got punched in it a lot.
Magnus is actually looking up at the sky, kind of where like he's looking into the sky, like he's seeing something. You can see a tendril of smoke coming down. You can hear the weird clopping of a many-hooved horse. No one else sees this.
Does Magnus remember his dream?
Kinda. It's all in scattered bits and...
Does he had a dream?
Yep.
I think he had a dream where he was moving north of where we are here, like north, with the flaming sword and lots of snow.
Yes.
Does he remember that?
Yep.
Kai.
Magnus kind of stumbles backwards. He's holding onto his head. He's all fucked up from the fight, so...
He tells Ajax, just 20. The bear got a lucky hit on you.
I'll pay my debts.
Strong fight, holy shit, you punch like a...
You're lucky the bear turned around. I could have left it there.
Yeah, that thing was gonna fuck me up.
The barbarians go off the field together, and there's a general milling around as they execute a couple of, like, low-level...
Did you see when they hit me with the claw in the side of the head? I thought I was fucked. Am I still pretty?
Oh, you never were pretty.
All right. I think that brings the week to a close.
Zed wants to just set up a couple of fights. We got some gladiators. Need to get some.
Yeah, sure. Who needs some fighting?
The fighting. Actually, Zed needs the fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Zargon needs the fighting. And
Put me back in there, coach.
Okay. You guys know that you're supposed to be in Anchordeep next week, and then Skeltar the week after that. So you probably don't want to schedule your fights until week 47. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's put a like a flame contest. Who can make the biggest boom contest? Like a goblin roast. Or something. Fire-oriented contest. Is my thoughts. Zargon, Zed, what's his face?
Chanticleer?
Chanticleer. I'm pretty certain there's got to be an evoker out there somewhere. Something like that, or I don't know.
Zach.
Just I've tried. Grizak would be a good choice. I'm thinking more like a entertaining execution-y type thing.
Okay, yeah, they can round up a bunch of goblins, and the winner is the number of goblins you kill with fireballs.
The Great Goblin Roast.
Yep.
Which is just with fire effects.
So they will put Zed or Zargon into the Goblin Roast, as Chanticleer is really the only other gladiator that is a fireballer.
Okay, so it'll be like
Chris, I can get it.
The House of the Knights of the Broken Shield complain that they're still missing their sorceress, and otherwise would compete if they could get her sorceress back.
Okay, so let's put Zargon into that.
She's still a chicken.
We'll have Zargon do that, and then we'll do a mano, an elephite between Zed and the Megaphant.
Sure, as long as you don't try to kill the Megaphant, Chebagas is no problem.
Just a non-lethal, almost like exhibition match.
Yep.
Where Zed will turn into an elephant. It'll be an elephant versus elephant fight in the arena for the joy of many.
Done. People will like that.
Yep. I'm looking at the number of weeks here, man, and I gotta put some fights in here. And then Scarab's got a fight, and Sona has one, but we're gonna have to do one more with him. But we'll just have those two for now.
Cool.
Some easy D6 method fights.
Okay. Sid, it's about time for you to go to Anchordeep.
Sid is going to
Find Ashoka.
Sid's gonna put the drops into Magnus's food.
Okay.
He's going to send Caleb a message.
Are you feeding the food to Magnus? Like you're making sure that this happens?
No, it's his food. It's food.
Okay.
His drink or whatever.
Give me a sleight of hand. Wow. Okay, no one notices you feeding the drop in Magnus's food. Magnus is...
It's not a full amount though. It's only one drop.
Right, because you're only supposed to give him a drop.
Okay.
I said two to three drops, right?
So you're giving him a partial amount?
Yeah, because I already used up a couple of drops. Gotta make that shit look real.
All right. While Magnus is recovering from his wounds, he needs to make a fortitude save.
Magnus makes a fort save.
Shit his anus out all his back.
Does he shits his tattoo out? Does Magnus get his belt back while he's here? His magic items.
Sure. While you're healing, you feel better when you got your con belt on? Yeah, that makes sense. Nice. Okay. So he does have headaches, but they don't get really, really bad. They're a little more piercing, however, after the fight. He ends up eating the food. Sid's just sort of creeping around and does what Sid does, and you watch him eat his you watch him eat his gruel and his meat, and he downs the plate as expected.
Okay.
But you do notice Magnus like complaining about sharp headaches over the next few days. Magnus, some of the spotted details of what went on kind of disappear. It's kind of like waking from a dream and forgetting parts of it. Like
what's happening to me?
Okay, Magnus is complaining.
Sends Goodman the bill.
Okay, Caleb. How are you sending him the bill?
Feeding goes according to plan.
Okay, and where are you sending this message?
He has private quarters. Send him a private a sealed letter. To his,
officially sending a letter.
Yeah. Okay. So you send it to the Crystal Golem estate. You get a letter back that says, "I will be checking in on Magnus personally soon."
I don't want creepy creepers in. Actually, I kind of do want them in my house. Bring them in here, buddy.
See how many? Okay, let me see. How many drops was he supposed to get?
3.
Because it seems like, oh shit, he's dropping. I might give it to him fully.
Okay. So you fully give him the 2 or 3 drops in Magnus's next meals or whatever, you like drink or whatever.
3, 2.
Okay. Magnus's sharp headaches seem to go away a little bit. He still doesn't remember what happened, but the sharp headaches disappear.
Torture your own character. Now we're just going to pound on Magnus with dispel magic because it's funny.
Oh. Gather Damian, gather Ashoka.
Are you ready to jump? It's about that time.
That's next week, right?
It's this week. Well, no, it's not the full trip. This is halfway in the trip. We need a way back to
Anchordeep.
Right, so next week's activity is that.
Yeah.
No, we're doing that this week.
Yeah, we already moved on to the next week, so we're planning. You guys are going to Anchordeep. Anchor.
Yes.
Right. So, like, this week's a tournament week, so Zed is leading or acting as healer. You know.
Yep. Lead.
The bleeding sin.
Magnus is getting Medicus as well as getting a ring put onto the roof of his mouth.
Magnus wants to search for something as well.
What? What?
You're interrupting. A ring of freedom of movement.
So who is going and searching for the freedom of movement ring?
Magnus is. Hey, Gracchus, you wanna come take me for a walk? I'm gonna go talk to the gnome that I talked to.
Some of us might start interrupting when we didn't do any role-play encounters for our characters last week, and this week's being blown through pretty hard. So some of us might start actually interrupting some of these things.
Okay, so let's
let's do that.
Plan the week then. So Magnus's RP is looking for an expensive ring, and he is going to spend time getting a tattoo, and his body is tired from the bare-knuckle fight.
Bear part.
Okay, Zed is leading. What is Ashoka doing? You're going to Anchordeep. Are there any role-playing encounters?
Yeah, I would like to do a role-playing encounter with the wizard.
Which wizard?
Sorry, the
Duncan?
the gnome.
The guy you're screwing over.
The gnome. Give me a second. The one who's trying to feeding us.
Lanziver. Okay.
Yep.
All right, Sid. You're bringing everyone to Anchordeep. Is there anything you want to do in the city that's quick?
He actually wants to take a quick look at the Duke. But
That's a spy activity.
Oh, okay. I can't. All right, in that case, nothing really.
Okay. Zed?
Zed, as a role-playing encounter, would like to... He wants to start investigating surgeons. Specifically looking for people who could do a heart surgery.
Okay, weird.
Like he wants to talk to a medicus guy.
Surgery.
I guess he'd probably start with the tattoo lady because she knows he does body modification.
Yep. Okay, so we'll say tattoo lady. Cool. Damian.
I guess for RP, he'll visit his family.
Family. Sona, what are you guys doing to Sona? Doing 2 or 4 or against or with Sona?
It's interesting statement that. Sona, is there any chance that Fleas needs training this week? Or no, he's got a tournament this week. It would have been last week. He wasn't anywhere near. If Fleas wasn't anywhere near leveling, right? He wouldn't have been leveling last week.
Let's have a look. Flea's XP total before the fight was 66,050. What do you need for 8th level?
Give me a second.
8th level is 77,000.
So no, not likely.
Probably not. He probably didn't get
Okay.
11 grand. And...
So then Sona will be coming to the fight. Barding at the tournament.
Okay. Sona, Bard. Fleas is fighting. Bear Tarn.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we gotta describe who won. Who won the other round that you guys didn't go through.
Could what the alchemist give us protection from acid or resistance to acid, something for that thing? Because that's gonna be,
Remind him before he goes.
and maybe a shield because he did cast magic missiles. So
Marty, we're only going to be gone for what, like a day or two?
I don't know. You tell me.
Because my potions don't. My extracts last for a day. Right?
Yeah.
They don't last for.
I don't think they last forever.
Oh.
I think the
Or you last until you prepare them again? Is that how it works? Or is it after 24 hours they just dissipate?
To be honest with you, I've been in that situation. I will check for you and let you know in a second.
Okay, Tybalt, Koro, and Hydrax are part of the same Ludus.
wins.
Tybalt Koro is given the pass.
Oh, so it's no Hydrax.
Nope,
That
Hydrax.
means Hydrax could know that he's going to fight in that other match.
Yep.
2v1.
Yep. Basically, they show up. Tybalt waves to Hydrax. Hydrax waves to Tybalt. Hydrax bows out, and they don't even fight. You're pretty sure that this was politically driven, given that Tybalt belonged to the House of the Broken Shield before the Knights joined them.
Mm-hmm.
Hydrax was previously the Knights of Vaddapol. Glumblegut versus Xanadu. Xanadu wins. Just wraps its coils around Glumblegut and basically chokes him out.
So, answer to your question, the extract persists until it is occupies blah 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 until it is used up.
Okay, so you could find some dead alchemist's extracts that still have powers, and if he had infusion, you could drink them.
I think we talked.
I've done that as treasure before.
That's awesome.
I think we talked about this. If the alchemist creates the
If you recreate
slot,
that
if
slot,
he recreates that slot, you
then
lose
it goes inert. Yeah.
So Sid will create whatever potions you want and not use those for a few days.
A shield and resist acid.
Yeah, done. Now let's make sure it's got the resist acid.
Okay,
We won't
Sona
choose to
is
rock.
acting Bard. Quailsy is what?
Strike, long arms.
Quailsy is Wait a sec. Quailsy is one of our gladiators now, isn't she?
Yeah,
Yes.
she
Or
got
she's a
promoted.
Tempe? She got promoted. Wait a sec. With Magnus coming back, do we have too many gladiators in our gladiator spots?
I think
Magnus is not
one of
part
them.
the core. He doesn't need to fight.
Yeah, it's a good point. Is Magnus taking up one of your slots or not?
Because if he is, then we'd bump him in and then demote Quailsy.
What do you mean I have to fight?
Yes, you have to fight.
Oh, so I'll...
So she was brought up temporarily as a Tempe, and
Yep.
you put Magnus back in. She gets bumped back down as a
Yep.
So they put her back down into Tempe land. Cool. And I think Zed is still fighting as well. Like Magnus, Zed, Sonaflees, Zargon, Scarab, I think are all
Yep.
of your 6 gladiators. Okay, what is Zargon going to Anchordeep or not?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
We're not going to fight, right? We're just going to go observe to find
Yeah.
a teleport spot, and then
Okay, so he's idle. Scarab, what is Scarab doing? Excuse me.
Nothing really. Yes, just waiting for his fight. Relaxing.
Okay, Drawl, without the expenditure of training points, gains his other strength point from last time. You just add that now. Because he rolled so well on the other one, so he's just being trained. Quailsy sounds like she's idle, unless you're training her in any way. I don't think she needs it.
I don't think she's had any training left to do unless we want to start retraining her stuff.
No,
Is her build okay? Doesn't need anything
it's
fixed?
fine.
Because we can also use training to retrain things if we think people's feats are
Stupid.
long.
Yeah.
Yep. Ashoka and the Ludus Network and 6.
Sorry, you broke up there, but I think it's you're talking about the
Yep.
spies stuff.
Spying.
The spying. All right. So 6 is doing the fake Ashoka thing.
Okay. Ashoka clone.
The Ashoka network is going to be spying on. Let's get the. This Ashoka network is so awesome. The market, the river market area.
Okay. Backyard of a certain Ludus.
Yep.
Ludus Spy Network, the 4 dice.
The Ludus spy network are going to be just checking on drag to make certain drags not really pissed at us, poison us, or anything like that.
Right? This is
Yeah.
Drag getting hit in the face with a shield from
The last guy got hit in the face with a shield, died from it.
Yeah, they're really good shield fighters. They're giving the house the broken shield a run for their money. Okay, it does look like the short jaunt to Anchordeep. You, Sid, you bring Ashoka and Damian with you. Give me a D3, Sid. 1 is you arrive a little bit early while you're still at sea. 2 is just as you're going into port. And 3 is they're already in port and waiting for you.
Sid takes a potion before he does his thing, and it's a potion of elemental body, turned into a water elemental. You ready? Hold your breath just in case.
Am I ready?
Because you know.
Okay.
Oh, might be the bottom of the sea.
Yep. 1.
Okay, you appear, and you can see this weird sigil that is sort of glowing, and the glow is dying down, and by the pitch of the room, it appears that you're still at sea.
Okay. Sid's going to redraw his mark.
Might as well enjoy the fresh air. Find out how long we'll be here.
Does disguise self or alter self and disguise self and go take a look around?
Okay, you disguise yourself as what?
Just a sailor bum.
Okay.
You know there's only a few sailors here, right? Who the fuck are you?
Okay, so you go out. Damian, are you still looking like a pauper, or are you just looking like Damian today?
No, he's looking like Damian now.
Okay. The three of you come out. There are some people that are like, oh, fuck, this is where's the wizard kind of thing. And
was I supposed to be the wizard?
You're the wizard.
Oh, shit, then I don't need to... If I was supposed to, sorry, I thought I wasn't supposed to be here.
No. You are.
He'll wipe away the disguise.
Okay. Pretty soon you've got a bunch of guys with some like the odd like 1 in 6 of them has like a one-shot pistol, and a bunch of them are like swords drawn. Oh, easy. It's just our magician and the whole crew. He looks at you like he's confused that you've all been in that tiny room the entire time.
We're very close to each other.
He laughs. Yeah, the sea does strange things to people. He offers a shake to Damian to kind of show his men that there's no need to worry.
Yep.
Oh, we'll be arriving in. We'll be arriving at the anchor soon.
How soon?
He just points. About an hour away, you can actually see the port in the distance. And
Oh, wonderful.
good timing.
Indeed.
Yes.
He waits for an explanation that isn't forthcoming. And
How long do you need, Ashoka?
The stars were aligned.
A couple of hours would be useful once we get to port.
How much shore leave do your men need?
well, we just left. We took on enough provisions in Princeport that we could go all the way to Skelter and even further. It would be a distraction. We'd make better time if we didn't dock and simply rowed your magician ashore.
We'll do that then.
Also avoid some harbor fees.
Sure.
It's like this slow blink. It's like if you rowed ashore.
Oh, don't dangle your bits in the water. Sharks.
You know, that's actually a misconception. They'll just go on anything that's dead, but if you stay upright in the water, they don't actually come for you.
Why do you know that?
I believe the real
Sid
question
gets
is...
back into the room.
The real question is, why is he lying about it?
Just keep your hands inside the boat.
Sure.
Pretty soon that you do see a smaller city or very large town. It has a lighthouse. There is a natural bay. There are some impressive imperial galleons that are there, as well as dozens of other ships. It's busy. It looks like a major port town. The waves are a bit choppy. You guys do drop anchor, and then a bunch of 4 men are rowing Damian and Ashoka into shore. Captain Beechwood stays aboard his ship. Sounds like Sid also stays aboard the ship. Or are you going with?
No, I'll go with him.
Okay.
I don't need to be on the ship.
All right.
My mark. I just make sure my mark is back up.
Okay. The three strange ones are find themselves standing, being helped up onto a big wharf area. You're watching a bunch of hustle and bustle. How long you going to be? Says one of the crew of the
You can
crew of the
head
Dexterous.
back. We'll find our way on our own.
No, I'm not going to swim across.
Wait,
Come back in a few hours.
we don't.
It's like,
We don't need them. We can just come back whenever.
Oh, fucking right. Yes, just head back to the ship. We'll be fine. Tell the captain he can leave for Skelter.
The magician will use his magic to put us all back in the closet.
Magician conjure some rum and turn this hook to gold.
No. Off with you.
Oh, I'm gonna try. Gonna try harder. I don't know. I just got the hook. Maybe you could turn something else to gold. There, fucking arguing is. They go rowing back.
Not that kind of magician.
You've thoroughly confused this crew as to what the fuck is going on.
What is magic?
What
I
in
just
magic
have a
is
really
going on?
sick feeling about these guys, like they're all gonna die.
All right, so the
Careful.
little launch rows itself back towards the Dexterous, and you guys are going into the city of Anchordeep. There is a bunch of old rusted anchors, almost like ships' anchors may have been retired here, or a bunch of them weren't needed anymore. But you can see them all kind of lining the beach. Seabirds everywhere, crying in the wind. The wind is a little bit nippy here, as the sea seems to suck warmth from things. A lot of salty and scrabby looking people. Shipping is the main thing here, and the lighthouse is an impressive bit of architecture.
Alright, let's try to find somewhere private, I suppose. Maybe
Yes.
somewhat private.
Where are we on the
On the map,
map?
you want me to show you just a geography?
Yes, please.
Okay.
That's geography.
So, was Jacques the person you were nice to? Or was it this?
Jacques Pierre.
Not Pierre, no, it was well, I mean, I wasn't rude or anything to the captain of the ship, but
Okay, the Dexterous has
it
made
was
its
another
way
noble.
from Princeport around the protectorate of Ralondar, which was a minor elven nation in its time, and travel all the way to Anchordeep. You are in the tropics, but it tends to be a little windier on this side of the peninsula. Like Florida kind of weather.
Yeah. It's
They are halfway on their leg around the jungles of Tevras to the Isle of Skelter.
oh, I just did the measurement.
That's why we need a spot so we can teleport through all of this crap.
So
Yeah, it's-
can you
it's like
teleport
3
from
teleports to
Anchordeep
get
to
back.
Princeport? So you got to kind of go like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We
yeah.
should be able to go to the Red Vineyard Estates and
Oh, yeah.
teleport.
Yeah.
In fact, Red Vineyard Estates might go straight to Vaddapol from there. You know, never mind. Yeah, no, it's close, but I need a level. God, it's expensive. World's big
Yeah, the continent's massive.
on purpose.
Thank God for that feat.
Okay, they deliver you to Anchordeep, and they're not sure how all three of you were able to stand each other in those close
Without a-
quarters
without a
for,
word.
for like 5 or
Without a
6
word.
days without a peep or a word.
Ashoka is going to just one moment, gentlemen. How many people were in that crew?
Caravel's probably got about a crew of 30.
Was there a dunce that we noticed?
Give me a sense motive. You were kind of like scrutinizing somebody for simpleton.
26.
There was a kind of like a lurch. Big guy,
Okay.
hunched shoulders, seemed kind of dim.
I'm going to turn invisible find him, turn Greater Invisible, dominate him, just so that I can see the boat from a distance.
Okay, so your domination network has now extended to 3 people. You've got Skeebles One Eye, the halfling in Princeport. You've got the halfling who is the gardener of the Van Impe estate, Marcel's.
You know what? On our way back, we'll actually go through. We'll go through Vinvasa just to re-up that timer.
Okay, and then you have his name will be. Shved.
Okay.
Can you do this on animals?
No, but druids could. Dominated people.
Hunchback Shved.
We've got Hunchback Shved. We've got the what was his name? The gardener, halfling.
Oh, I don't remember.
Gardener.
I'll be right back.
His name was Shep Kettlebottom.
Shep Kettlebottom.
Fatterbot.
And it was the one-eyed.
Skeebles One Eye.
This is just a guy in a bar. And what is
Oh,
it?
was this something that happened when I wasn't here?
Yeah, he's the guy that had contacts with pirates, and you know his cousin lives in Skelter, and he gave you his pipe so that you guys could prove to his cousin in Skelter that you were friends.
Awesome.
This guy was at the bar of the barracuda and the slimy squid.
Nope, that was the second bar you went to. This one would have been the Lost Anchor.
Okay. Ashoka is going to put a note saying, "Buy Rod of Extend," so that he can have near month-long dominates to maintain these things.
Extend his duration. Yep.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just
It's
fucking,
just super useful to have the immediate, like, what's going on here.
your little puppet network on top of your spy network on top. Oh, this fucking
Yeah, he just knows a bunch of stuff. What's also interesting is I look at his defensive stuff and it's like, yeah, I don't fight. I run away. I know the fight's coming and I run away.
Okay, you guys are in Anchordeep. There seems to be a lot of Imperial activity here, a lot of commerce. You do see the insignias of the Eastern Tarak Company, as well as other trading coasters. There are locals and non-locals, Imperials. A lot of cargo changes hands here in Anchordeep, as it's the last leg before hitting Princeport, which is the last port before hitting Vinvasa.
Yeah, so this is like a...
It is fortified. There are like 100 cannons all along the beach and the bay, kind of pointed into the bay. Like you aren't taking this from the Imperium.
Did they have a teleportation? They didn't have a teleportation spire or anything like that here?
You don't know. It's not obvious.
Dimension door.
They do not have a teleportation spire in Anchordeep.
Okay. Can I just... bloop. Did it work? Okay. Yep. Because I'll be teleporting here at some point.
It's strategic, but it has not warranted that level of control.
Yeah. Is there anything... Here, let me check my skills to see if there's anything that would look for anything immediately obvious. I don't have too many. I mostly have people skills. Tell me what's important is most of my skills.
The lighthouse is impressive. It's a huge structure. It's kind of many stories tall.
Attic of that.
Oh, basement. We'll use the like beside the lighthouse if there's a dark nook over there.
There is a walkway along the top of the lighthouse that you could dimension door up to.
That would be a good. We'll dimension door up there, and I'll focus on that for the teleport.
Okay.
There's probably a decent chance people use that as like friggin' tourist spot or if they have guards up there.
Yep, I'm just
A
deciding what's
romantic
up there.
spot. A snake, a vampire-looking dude, and a rich dude show up.
A snake, a bat, and a noble show up.
A noble, thank you. Dumb o'clock right now.
My body has finally finished processing all the carbs, and now I want sugar so bad. It's like, what happened to all that carb, man?
When you teleport up there, you actually startle what look like a bunch of pseudodragons,
Ooh,
What?
little tiny dragons.
apologies. How are you doing?
Let's see if they actually have language.
These things are awesome.
They are tiny dragons. There was a clutch of 5 of them. You startled them when you teleported up there. They actually are like, who's that? Who are they? How they get up here? And you realize that they're chattering away as they go running, like kind of skittering around the side of the walkway, in your heads.
Do you speak the language of your larger brethren?
Well, we speak dragon. Of course we speak dragon. He's wondering if we speak dragon.
Part of it's inside your head, and outside your head, these things are, they're like little bundles of chaos.
Sid's got his hand on his crossbow.
Yep.
That one's got a shooter. That one's got a shooter. It's kind of an old shooter, but it's probably still hurt. Yep.
We're not planning on shooting you.
He's like,
Why are you here?
see how that goes.
Taking a look around.
Beautiful view. It's nice up here. We're shining the big light.
We're not here for anything other than just to.
You wouldn't happen to have names, would you?
Sure.
I am
You-
Ashoka.
You learn nearly half a dozen weird little dragon names, like
Are there any
Snip
scales?
and Buttercup, and like little tiny pixie dragon names.
Are there any scales in the ground?
Yep, the house cat size miniature dragons with fine scales, sharp horns, wicked little teeth, tip tails with barbed stingers. They like little tiny wyverns almost. You do find a purple scale on the ground.
Where are your parents?
Parents, we're probably older than you. Parents, my parents are over here. Yeah, you're my parent. You are.
So, purple scale.
Who wants a familiar? There's a big pile of familiars right here.
Let's cage him and sell him to the Wizards Guild.
It's kind of a
They're
thing.
kind of chirping and hissing. A couple of them are growling. One's purring.
They're tiny. So they count as 1 teleport each. Take myself and 3 others. 3 others. 4 others is next level. So we could take one with you. We could take one with us. Don't know what I'd do with it.
No, plan better.
Okay, they kind of look like that. But tiny.
Where?
So
Are you on,
Conversation.
conversation there.
Oh, okay. I was in the world. Conversation.
Yeah. Who's his little buddy? Who's making love to a skull?
One of them comes forward. His name is let's see, Skittles.
Skittles and bits.
Taste the rainbow.
Skittles, Snickers,
Skittles, Snickers, Mars.
Pixie.
Jawbreaker.
Babe Ruth.
Yeet.
I'm the oldest here. What What do you want?
We're enjoying the view. Though we did not expect to find you up here.
We are enjoying the view up here as well. You don't belong here, though. You are not caretaker.
No. Who's the caretaker?
He is the caretaker of this place.
He
He is
a
the one
wizard?
that tends to the light. He is something like a wizard. He has magic in his blood. Which one of you cast a spell to come up here? We did not see you come up the stairs. You startled us.
That would be myself.
Oh. Lizardman caster. Very, very interesting. You know our tongue. Who taught you?
I am Ashoka, lizard man caster. And you are?
Skittles, they call me.
Skittles. The
Yes.
dragon.
Yes. We are dragons. Dragons don't all have to be big.
Are you the caretaker's pets?
We are not pets. We live up here. We like the view. It is safe up here.
Caretaker's friends?
Stupid sailors with their guns try to hunt us. When they're stupid. Not all stupid.
Do any of your mates want to travel?
We travel on our wings. When we want to travel.
We can travel many thousands of miles in a day.
Join us.
Why do you want me to join you?
There are many sights to be seen.
Many sights. Where are you going? There are many boats and sights that come here, and we watch them from up here because no one fires guns at the lighthouse. They get in trouble.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to get in trouble.
We hate guns. The Imperium has guns, as do others.
There's a beautiful sorceress that I know.
Sorceress?
Yes.
What sorceress? There's no sorceress here.
There's one in Vaddapol.
Vaddapol.
She also travels.
Vaddapol is far off port. Why we won't go to Vaddapol?
That's where the sorceress is.
What is sorceress' name?
What's Damian's sister's name?
Annastasia.
Annastasia.
It is a pretty name. Is she elven?
Human.
Oh, you're hoping to meet an elf. Human. Okay. Sorceress. What kind of sorceress?
The kind who is also a wizard.
That does not make sense. No.
A beautiful one.
Hmm.
One that people don't shoot at, but can see many things.
Beautiful. Powerful. Hmm. You want to introduce me? Why?
You are intriguing.
Yes, we are a beautiful race.
Yes. And I think it should see more of the world.
The real reason is it's good to get favors from powerful people, and making her Damian's sister, giving Damian's sister a good familiar is probably a decent thing to do politically.
Okay, there's a bunch of chirping and clacking and probably telepathic speech. Joined by chirching, hissing, accentuated by chirps, hisses, and growls and purrs. It's not really actual speech, but like probably emotions and accents.
I need Donovan so much. Donovan, teleport here so you can understand everything.
Yes.
Give me a diplomacy check. Damian said some words. He could aid.
You gotta wait.
Okay. Right.
I think think Sid can also aid.
Yeah, Sid also threatened to shoot them, so I'm gonna make Sid aid.
Okay, roll your diplomacy. Hit knucklehead.
Minus 18. Sid's diplomat. No, that's not so bad. What's my minus? No minus?
No minus.
15.
Okay.
8.
So you don't hinder.
Okay. So plus 29, 42.
If I do not like her, she's not as beautiful as you say, you bring me back here?
Of course.
Does Ashoka mean that?
I will roll my bluff.
He will roll his sense motive. Actually, a bunch of them will. 5 times 1d20 plus 6.
Oh. I win.
One roll to 20.
Alright, I'll do it. Maybe it's not.
As you guys are
reasonable.
skill dominating some CR1 dragons.
49.
Alright.
It sounds like a deal.
Perfect.
I wonder if she has draconic blood. I hope so. Or maybe a very powerful magic user.
Very powerful magic user. Very powerful blood. Looking to, like, winking at Damian.
Yeah.
Ah, that is nice.
I better be invited to whatever wedding or whatever ceremony is. If not, we'll figure out another way.
Okay, he kind of...
How are we going to get there? From your magic?
Yes.
Very well.
For the next bit of the journey, I would recommend perching on my shoulder. There'll be a few conversations. It'll be easier that way.
I see. I trust your skills.
Just make him invisible.
No, I am a caster.
Perhaps they will think that I am your familiar.
Precisely.
But I am not.
Touches his nose.
You guys fucking full of sugar and spice and everything nice the last few adventures. Ah, the evil. Little does he know that pseudodragons hate imps. They hate them.
I know, that's a little chaotic sons of bitch.
Oh, yeah, or neutral good or whatever, but
This is where there's a reason why Nemi was left at home to help watch over to help guide six
pseudo Ashoka. That's right.
Yep.
Okay. What are you guys doing from now? You've taken a cursory glance at the lighthouse. You've now been here once.
Yep.
Going to study it?
I'll spend an hour sort of focusing on it. I don't know if that actually gets it beyond viewed once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're like making sure you're not going to teleport in thin air or on some other lighthouse somewhere, and you're like, okay, these little critters up here.
We're gonna teleport to north. Like, is there anything else we want to do in Anchordeep?
No.
Princeport
No,
or
we're
Vinvasa?
Vinvasa, because I have to re-up that dominate.
Okay, you re-up the dominate, and then you teleport back to Kentport, and then to home. So you spend a bunch of time teleporting around.
We probably want to sleep at least one day, just because I'm low on teleports towards the end there, so I'd rather sleep a day to.
Got it? Any?
Yeah, you don't want to teleport with like your last.
Vinvasa is probably where you go. Okay, the little critter. The little critter appreciates being teleported around. You guys are able to make it back to Vaddapol with some time to spare. You can have a bit of actions when you get back to Vaddapol. What are you doing with the pseudodragon Skittles?
Would you like to? So, the conversation with Damian, like,
Should I give it to her? Should you?
Why don't you? She could use a tutor.
Of course. Ashoka will show up with the pseudodragon to present it to Annastasia.
Okay.
And we'll keep the pseudodragon well hidden from Nem. Nem's there, like, go away, Nem.
Senses you near. You're like, stay with the other Ashoka. I've got some business. All right. Okay. We'll just go back to Vaddapol for a second.
We don't use any last names ever. Van Impe. Annastasia Van.
Okay, so Ashoka goes. I don't know if Damian is with him or not.
Yeah, he wants to see his sister.
Okay, Sid.
Oh yeah.
All right, the whole lot of you then.
The Creeper Squad.
Creeper Squad. Let's get Damian. He was off making the Count's life a miserable hell.
I was cheering him up. You know, later on tonight he's gonna be like, it was kind of funny.
The wandering around the castle invisible is one of those things that's like,
What's that?
just going around the castle invisible, like going through like I'm just gonna,
Go into Buckingham Palace and wander and skulk around.
wander around. With,
But I'm a lieutenant.
I'm gonna like, I am a police officer, so I'm gonna wave a gun around in some like, snow.
Okay. Some mages do question why you guys are here. Apparently Duncan has taken over and security is a little tighter now.
We are here to speak with Annastasia.
Okay. Under like some minor mage's supervision, you're brought to a study hall where you can see that she's like frustrated and scratching her head looking at a bunch of books that are open at a table. You can see that there's weird floating orb. It's like a bunch of it's more like a bunch of rings intertwined that are all kind of orbiting with a light in the center of it. She's scratching her face as she's looking at it and looking back at the book.
What would Mother say?
Oh, Mother doesn't know anything about magic, she says.
Yes, but she would say reading makes you frown and frowning gives you wrinkles.
Seriously? You're going to start with that now? What is that?
This would be a pseudo-dragon named Skittles.
Hello. I'm Skittles.
This would be the beautiful sorceress we told you about, Skittles.
Yeah, about that.
What about that? She is beautiful for a human.
Hey, she says. No, I'm not an elf. They're apparently having a conversation. She has a quizzical look on her face as
What problem are you currently trying to solve?
Oh, I'm trying to blend. You see, arcanists can re-prepare their spells in a moment's notice.
It's funny. Damian goes, Ashoka can be your tutor. No, Ashoka can lie and just say stuff. Just don't.
It's like the best of both worlds, she says to Damian.
Oh.
If you haven't prepared the right spells, then you change them. But you cast like a sorcerer does. It's very odd. But it seems fitting.
An arcanist. Yes, I've heard of those. Very powerful.
Skittles? She goes and kind of scritches his head. It purrs. Pseudo-dragon?
We are not pseudo-dragons. We are true dragons.
Quasi-dragon.
Little dragon.
A little dragon. I like that much better.
If you stick your face really close to them, they're big.
Yes. Very big.
Dragonette.
I like him. Reminds me of me.
I don't. He's looking at Ashoka like.
We're gonna redirect the conversation now.
Yep. She's looking at you like, why'd you bring me this little creature?
Anastasia.
Ashoka?
is looking for someone to bond with.
Familiarize himself with.
Ah. I don't know if I... Can Arcanists have familiars?
I don't see why not. But first you'll have to impress me.
Oh.
Crossbow to the back of the head. You pressed.
All right. Well, once I finish learning this lesson, I can show you what I've learned.
All right, I will wait here then. Then you show me around the city and press me.
She looks at Damian.
Damian just kind of shrugs, like, it's up to you. Like,
It is a dragon.
keep it, kill it, up to you, whatever.
Damian says, keep it or kill it.
It's up to you. I don't care.
You say that out loud?
Yeah, okay.
Kill me? How dare you?
Ah, he's kidding.
It is a... Shut up! it's a joke.
Not a very funny joke. We do not like dragon slayers.
Yeah, I know a funny joke. It's-
Yeah, let's go, Damian. Fuck up, let's go.
Okay, she mouths the word thanks to Damian, and then she kind of gives you a look like, I think, and she goes in, I'll show you the lesson that I'm working on. And she smiles politely at Ashoka. She doesn't really know Ashoka, and Ashoka's
that's
weird,
fine.
so...
Yes, show me the great magic that you have, great sorceress.
Oh, she says, well, we're working on it.
Oh, by the way, before Marcel left on his trip, did he say anything to you about where he was going or why?
Marcel's obsessed with bagging a tiger. Some sort of tiger from the tropics. He fought with Daddy a bit, though. It's been going on for some time.
Did he mention anything about how he was getting there?
No. But I think he argued with Daddy about some map.
Damien just nods.
Is your father feeling better?
Fucking doubt it.
No, she says. He's not doing too good.
Is he speaking?
Not for a couple weeks now.
Is he conscious?
She's like, you like these? She had a little plate of like cheese and grapes, and she's feeding grapes to the little guy.
Not the sweetest I've ever had, but they're not too bad.
Skittles, Anastasia, if there's any issues, please let me know.
Yes. I will let you know my decision in some time.
I will check in daily.
Your mother's at the was it Crystal Dragon?
Oh yes, if she's not having lunch with the duergar.
Yes, I noticed. Where did you meet them?
Oh, in the box seats, you got us tickets, and well, apparently we just kept on going, and no one checks.
Alright, well, apparently that was a waste of money. So,
She's chatted with the Duke about you.
lovely.
You're apparently on some important mission that will make our
Yes.
family exalted in his eyes.
Something like that. I'm on it.
You all right? He's sort of a very stern man. He gives me the willies.
Yes, he's a bit out of sorts as of late. I'd steer clear of him if I were you. Bit temperamental.
The Duergar seem very curious about us. It's like they don't run into a lot of humans or nobles or Imperials. I think Imperials, maybe? They are a little clumsy in trying to disguise their questions. They are curious about Imperial nobles.
Yes, I ran into one the other day.
They know who our family is.
Oh, I know. You should happen to discern the true motives for being here. Perhaps you should pass that along.
To whom?
To me?
Well, Under Countess Sabrina Urlang is apparently not the wife of the Underduke, but his consort. Apparently he's allowed.
Alright.
Don't know the name of his queen, but, well, they seem to let it slip that they're kings and queens. Sort of risky.
End of the day, do we really care what some dirt dwellers call themselves?
A dying emperor cares. The Imperium suffers no kings.
Of course, of course. Anyway, as I said, I must speak with Mother, so if you excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
You should probably also check in on your father. He is ill.
They have something called mind magic. I saw some of it cast. It's really weird.
Knowledge Arcana 20?
My magic sounds like enchantment charm.
Yes, some people specialize in it.
If you hurry to the Crystal Golem, I think she's entertaining the Undercountess.
Oh, I don't particularly want to speak to the Undercountess. However, it is the beds there at the estate are a touch more comfortable than they are at the Ludus, so...
I think I overheard something between the Duke and the big grumpy Duergar.
Oh, that really doesn't differentiate between the Duergar, but alright.
They were talking about dragons. It's a very easy word to understand in different languages.
Dragons or wyvern?
They said Drakal, which I think translates to dragon in from Dwarvish to common.
Drakal. Alright. Well, keep me informed.
She smiles.
I'm ready for another grape now.
sitting like a little cat, and she feeds it a grape.
Don't spoil it.
She gives it another grape because Damian told her not to.
Ashoka nods to her for that reaction. This is how you make friends with the little dragon.
Is there anything else? Like, should I not talk to the Duergar? They seem to like us.
Just be guarded with what you reveal, that's all.
Not much to tell. They know I'm studying magic here at this tower. Mother practically brags to everyone that she meets.
So if you ever have a family grudge against you, everybody and their mother obviously know where to find your sister. So be on your best behavior, bud.
So I'm cutting my losses now and severing that emotional tie. You are now dead to me. Now.
It's just one single tear rolls down by pre-morning.
Pre-morning. That's so dark.
So I think we should check on your father.
Yeah.
Damian, we should probably check on your father.
Yes, we'll go to the estate.
Because I wonder what happens when you detect thoughts on someone and talk to them.
Okay. There are lots of guards there. You can see your mother is chatting with a duergar woman. And they seem to be having a lunch together, and they're chatting and chuckling about something. You notice that Measley is just sitting on the stairs, half asleep.
Kicks Measley.
Okay, so you walk in. There's my lieutenant. Under Countess, may I introduce to you Lieutenant Damian Van Impe. He's a lieutenant. Yes, you said that. Charmed, I'm sure. And she raises her hand, kind of like expecting a kiss of some sort.
He'll do it.
Okay. Are you the same lieutenant that ran into my lover?
I am.
He said that your son has a very silver tongue. Apparently he got an invitation to the Undercourt, should he ever find himself beneath the mountain.
Yes, an invitation I intend to keep at some point in the near future.
Okay, she glances at Ashoka.
Oh, my apologies. This is my associate, Ashoka Maria.
Is Sid in bat form, or is he walking around pretending not to be associated?
In bat form.
Okay, little Sid.
Ashoka will bow to the Undercountess.
Okay. She does not offer her hand for you to kiss and seems a little bit more guarded. She does give you a nod slightly, but she doesn't take her eyes off of you. She glances down at your spell component pouch and some of the things that you're carrying.
I see you seeing me seeing you, but
Yep.
do you see the assassin?
Oh, well, we were having a little lunch. Would you sit down and have a little luncheon with us? Measley's like already kind of like woken up because of you walking in and all the hustle, and it's sort of like almost bowed, hunched over at your side, staying close so that you know that he's there, but far enough that he's going to avoid any backhanded swipes.
Bishop will watch them luncheon.
Okay.
So how is father faring?
Oh,
Any improvement?
your father just a lie about these days, says Lady Maurice.
Not much change then?
I'm sorry to hear about your husband. Oh, he'll be fine. Sure, he'll be fine.
He's just looking for attention.
The Van Imps are very strong. This is just a phase, says your mother. She's pushing a cherry tomato around her plate. Some slashed, there's like some slashed greens and kale with a bit of oil and vinegar, and a weird dragon fruit, like a really big dragon fruit that they've been plucking little pieces from in the middle of the table. Two-pronged forks, and everything is dainty and china.
Yeah. Measley, you look famished. He throws like part of the fruit on the floor.
Oh yes, thank you, Lord Damian. Shall I go and eat off the floor?
He looks around. Well, the dogs don't seem to want it. By all means.
Okay, Measley gets down on all fours and goes and eats the piece of fruit off of the floor. It is good, my lord. Thank you. You for the fruit. He's an older man. He struggles to get back to his feet. He waits for the next public humiliation.
Yeah, he looks to the duergar to see if there's any reaction whatsoever.
Nope, she's yawning.
Okay then.
Oh, mother. Oh, you're terribly bored here.
Oh no. Sabrina and I were just comparing our cultures. Imperials are very fascinating, she says. We wish to know more about our friends.
Really? And what is it you find most fascinating about us?
We thought that we were the epitome of law and order. Your god, however, has delivered such great fruits to you and your people.
Well, that cannot be denied.
And this
Listen to
undying
the 5 faces.
and the undying emperor is a fascination to many of us. We serve an emperor that we have never met.
Most Imperials serve an emperor they'll likely never see, let alone meet.
We used to serve kings that rode upon the backs of wyverns into battle where all could see. Those are the ways of my grandparents and those elder. It is not our way.
As well. The Undying Emperor has greater demands on him than single battles, even single worlds.
Yes. We have enjoyed the fruits of trade. She smiles.
Have you been off-world, madam?
We have not. Duergar, our current trade agreements and vassalage to the Undying Emperor and to the Imperium restrict our movements through these song gates of yours. We are very curious about such modes of travel and the worlds that they open up.
Once your species' devoutness is proven to the Undying Emperor, that travel becomes possible.
Yes.
And then think of the trade possibilities.
Indeed. She doesn't want to talk about that subject anymore and ends up pushing some fruit around her plate. She puts some of it in her mouth as a way to not continue to talk.
Everybody be uncomfortable at the same time.
Awkward.
I think,
Sid, are you squeaking upstairs?
I think I'll go visit father.
Sid, are you watching the conversation, or are you going to go explore the...
Yep.
Okay, so Measley had left before the conversation ended. Sid flew into the room as Measley went in there. You must get your daily medicine in, Lord Piamo, says Measley. Sid feels the venom in Measley's voice.
I can't wait until your heart finally gives out.
He goes over to a...
Can't wait till...
Your heart finally gives out. There's kind of a moan from the bed.
Oh, don't complain. A family of complainers.
He goes to a bottle and he kind of drops two drops together in a little thing and then picks up the thing. Now your medicine. And he kind of puts the dropper into his lips. And he takes another dropper, which is probably water or Lord Piamo ends up licking it up.
Good, good.
Didn't spill it like yesterday. This doesn't come cheap. Oh, here comes your son, the future lord of your family now. And he takes on a pose that wasn't so menacing when Damian enters the room.